Welcome back. Tribal sovereignty is an issue at the core of Minnesota's 11 tribal nations, and legislatures in St. Paul honored that legacy today. Valley News Team's Quinn Gorham shows us how tribal leaders from around the state educated lawmakers about the importance of protecting these communities.
Monday, government relations between federal, state, and tribal governments took center stage here in St. Paul as leaders from almost a dozen indigenous communities from across the state gathered here at the state capitol for Sovereignty Day. The first Legislative Sovereignty Day was held back in 2019. At the time, there were plans to have another in 2021, but the pandemic prevented that from ever taking off. Nonetheless, Monday's event was a chance for legislators and tribal leaders to come together once again. The gathering was a solemn expression of the need for visibility. Tribal leaders thanked state lawmakers for their invitation to the Capitol, but also explained the inequities that exist within Minnesota's tribal communities. Their goal today was not only unification and understanding, but also recognition and education of past wrongs. Tribal leaders explained the importance of recognizing the disparities that tribes deal with on a regular basis.
We have the highest disparities. We have the highest rates of cancer. We have the highest rates of out-of-home placements. We have the highest rates of incarceration. It's due to historical trauma. It's due to a lot of things. It's due to a lack of funding, lack of resources.
After presentations from each of the 11 tribal leaders, those very leaders and members of the legislature attended breakout sessions to discuss things like public safety, the environment, and the legalization of cannabis. In St. Paul, Quinn Gorham, Valley News Live.
Today's event just comes days after the Minnesota House passed a bill that, if signed by the governor, would codify the Indian Child Welfare Act into state law. The federal act faces a Supreme Court decision later this year. Still ahead, the wait lists are long, but now there's another option for people hoping to address mental health concerns. Valley News Live at 6:30 is back in 2 minutes.